Did you know there are now tens of thousands of Koreans living in the Philippines not just for vacation or K-dramas but to study English? Nope, this isn't a prank. While the world looks to Harvard and Oxford, South Koreans are booking flights to Cebu, Baguio, and Iloilo. So, why is the Philippines becoming South Korea's unofficial English classroom? Let's dive into the surprising, emotional, and kinda genius reason behind this trend. Subscribe now and stick around. What you'll learn today might just change how you see language, culture, and the global education system. First off, let's talk about how important English is in South Korea. In Korea, English isn't just a language. It's a ticket to a better job, a top university, and even social status. It's on billboards, business meetings, K-pop lyrics, and resumes. But here's the catch. Despite spending billions on English education every year, many Koreans still struggle to speak fluently. Why? Because learning in a classroom with rigid grammar drills and fear of mistakes doesn't exactly spark confidence. That's where the Philippines enters the scene, and the pressure is intense. Imagine being a high school student where one test score in English could decide your entire future. Whether you get into a good university, land a decent job, or even find social acceptance. Parents invest enormous amounts of money in private academies called hagwons, where kids often study late into the night. It's not uncommon for students to attend regular school by day, hagwons by evening, and cram English vocabulary at midnight. The result? A generation chasing perfection in a language they rarely get to use in real life. That silent frustration of knowing the rules but fearing to speak is what drives many to seek a different, more immersive way to truly learn. And that's exactly where the Philippines offers something game-changing. Why not America? Australia? The UK? Well, the Philippines is way closer, way cheaper. And here's the kicker. Filipinos speak some of the clearest and most neutral English accents in Asia. Add to that warm hospitality, tropical islands, and mangoes the size of your face, and you've got an irresistible English learning destination. Also, Filipinos don't just teach English, they make it fun. You'll find Korean students in cafes, surf camps, karaoke bars, actually using English in real life, not just in textbooks. And for many Korean parents, it's not just about grammar and grades, it's about giving their kids confidence. In Korea, the pressure to be perfect can be intense. But in the Philippines, classrooms feel more like conversations. Students feel seen, heard, and encouraged to speak up even if they make mistakes. That shift from fear to fluency is what turns language learning from a burden into a breakthrough. And that emotional safety? You can't put a price on that. Enter the legendary English camps. In Cebu alone, there are over 100 ESL academies tailored for Koreans. Many offer dorm-style living, one-on-one tutorials, group classes, and weekend trips to the beach, and yes, some even enforce an English-only zone. Teenagers, university students, professionals, even retirees come to the Philippines for months to study. It's like summer camp, but with sentence diagrams and snorkels. One-on-one learning? Check. Post-class beach day? Check. Confidence to finally speak without fear? Priceless. What's more, these English camps often create lifelong memories and friendships. For many students, it's their first time living abroad, and the Philippines becomes more than just a classroom, it becomes a second home. They don't just return with improved English, they return with stories, sun-kissed smiles, and a new sense of independence. In fact, many come back year after year, not just for the lessons, but for the life experience. It's education, adventure, and personal growth all wrapped into one unforgettable trip. This isn't just about Korea anymore. Students from Japan, Taiwan, China, Russia, even Saudi Arabia are flying into the Philippines to learn English. But Korean students still lead the pack. In fact, some towns in Cebu and Baguio have developed full Korean communities, complete with KBBQ joints, Korean groceries, and Korean churches. It's not just a language exchange anymore, it's a cultural exchange. This blending of cultures has created something beautiful. Mini melting pots where Korean and Filipino communities grow side by side. Locals learn a few Korean phrases, try kimchi for the first time, and groove to K-pop at local bars. Meanwhile, Korean students pick up Tagalog slang, fall in love with Jollibee, and join local fiestas. It's no longer just about grammar lessons, it's about empathy, global friendships, and building bridges across borders. And in a world that often feels divided, that kind of human connection is nothing short of powerful. Here's where it gets deep. Many Korean families say the Philippines gives their kids more than just better English. It gives them confidence, independence, and emotional intelligence. In Korean culture, education can be very intense. Students face enormous pressure, long school days, and brutal entrance exams. But in the Philippines, they find a slower pace, encouraging teachers and classmates from around the world. It's not just about fluency, it's about freedom, and that freedom changes lives. For many Korean students, studying in the Philippines is the first time they get to truly breathe, outside the rigid expectations back home. They discover who they are beyond test scores. They build friendships that cross cultures. They learn that making mistakes in English isn't something to be ashamed of. It's part of growing. And when they return to Korea, they don't just bring back better grammar, they bring back a stronger sense of self. That's the real win, and it's something no textbook can teach. Of course, there are some hiccups, like when Korean students discover Halo Halo for the first time and wonder if they just ordered dessert or a salad. Or when they try karaoke and realize Filipinos don't play around when it comes to singing. But these moments, they create memories and connections that last longer than vocabulary lists. And yes, many Korean students leave with better English and 10 pounds of lechon in their hearts. But beyond the laughs and lechon, something powerful happens. They stop being just students and start becoming part of the community. They celebrate fiestas, volunteer in local schools, join beach cleanups, and learn to say salamat po with genuine affection. It's not just language immersion, it's life immersion. And in the process, they don't just improve their English, they build a second home. Let's talk numbers. This isn't just a feel-good trend, it's also big business. The ESL industry in the Philippines generates over $100 million annually. It creates jobs for teachers, boosts tourism, and supports local communities. It's a win-win-win. Korean students gain fluency, Filipino communities gain income, and the world gets closer, one conversation at a time. And guess what? It's not just happening in big cities. Small towns and island communities are seeing new life because of these language programs. Imagine a sleepy coastal barangay suddenly buzzing with English learners, surfboards, Korean BBQ nights, and teachers explaining idioms like spill the beans while literally holding beans. That's globalization, with a twist of calamansi. Even local kids benefit. They grow up hearing multiple languages, learning from new friends, and realizing that English isn't just for passing tests. It's a tool to connect, dream, and even land jobs abroad. So while the rest of the world debates AI and online courses, the Philippines quietly became a human-powered, heart-driven language hub. No robots, just real people, real stories, and real transformation. At the heart of this story is something bigger than language. It's the connection between two cultures, Filipinos and Koreans learning from each other, sharing food, laughter, language, and life lessons. And maybe that's the secret sauce. English is just the tool. The real transformation happens in the friendships built, the fears overcome, and the new horizons opened. And let's be honest, language isn't just grammar and vocabulary. It's late-night kwentuhan over ramyun. It's laughing at mispronounced words that accidentally turn into jokes. It's realizing you don't need perfect English to say, "You matter to me." In those small human moments, fluency becomes connection. And that's something no textbook can teach. So maybe the real question isn't, why are Koreans coming to the Philippines for English? Maybe it's, what happens when two cultures meet with open minds and shared dreams? The answer? Magic, mangoes, and a generation of global citizens who speak with confidence, empathy, and maybe just a little Tagalog on the side. So next time someone asks why Koreans are moving to the Philippines for English, tell them this: because learning doesn't always need walls. Because sometimes the best classrooms are near coconut trees. And because when two cultures meet, not in rivalry but in curiosity, everybody grows. If this opened your eyes to a side of the Philippines or Korea you didn't know about, hit that like button, drop a comment. Would you study in the Philippines? And subscribe for more surprising stories about how the world connects. Full bonus facts and stories coming soon. Don't miss out.